Shoot. Question is, man, where have I been? Yo, AMG, where you been at? Why haven't you been posting? Why haven't you been on social media? Why haven't you been, staying consistent? Um, it's just no excuse. Just straight up, I just had to realize, I had to come to the conclusion that, I really dislike social media so much, bro. I dislike social media so much, and just social media itself, bro. It freaking tears my heart apart because it's like, wow, it's so crazy how, you know, a facade is being put on social media, and it's like, I just be carried into it, man. I ain't gonna lie. I just be carried into it, and I've dealt with comparison, while I was away. I've dealt with inner insecurities. I've dealt with weaknesses. I've dealt with heart posture. I dealt with, spiritual, I wouldn't say spiritual warfare, but a lot of spiritual attacks. Um, just in a sense of preaching the gospel, just in a sense of preaching the word. I've been in my head a lot, especially about my career and what I want to do. And, sometimes I ask myself, why do I do this? Um, but, throughout this time that I was gone, I realized that I used to always feel like success was an opportunity for an open door for me. And what I mean by that is I always used to think success was someone who was going to hand me an opportunity and open a door for me in order for me to walk in to go into my calling. And it's like I had to realize that the opportunity can be there, but I have to go and chase it. I have to go and get it. I don't know. It's always been, I feel like my biggest problem is I just don't know where to start. I mean, I feel like that's just with any dream, that's just with any entrepreneur. I feel like with me, it's just like I just didn't know where to start. I just felt like I always needed someone to do something for me, just to take the first step for me. But in reality, I had to realize that I'm a grown man. I had to realize that I had to take my first step for myself. And, throughout this time, I guess it's been a month, throughout this time that I've been gone, I really just been more focused in my faith. I've been more focused in my faith, not about my career, not about my dreams, not about finances, not about friendships. I was more focused about my faith. I was more focused on where is my faith going to be, right? If God was to come today, where is my faith? Where is my relationship with him? Where am I going if he came at this current moment? There was times where I was wrestling. There was times where I didn't want to pray. There was times where I didn't want to read my word. But thankfully, I have brothers and sisters in Christ that were there to motivate me, that were there to help me, that were there to read scripture with me, that were there to talk to me, And trust me, I did have those ones that was like, yo, AMG, why haven't you posted? You feel me? AMG, yo, it's been this much long. You straight? Yo, what's going on? Da 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 da. And I was always telling them, yo, I got you. I'm gonna post. No worries. And it just kept going and going and going and going and going. And I think it was just a couple days ago, bro. I had to realize that someone's always gonna hate on my dream. Someone's always gonna hate on my success. Someone always gonna tell me that I can't do something. Whether if I tell them what my career is, whether if I tell them what my plan is, they look at you funny. They look at you with doubt. They look at you as weakness. They look at you as them being your enemy and not giving you the motivation or the encouragement to go ahead and chase that dream. Instead, they tell you that you should go do something else. They tell you that, oh, no, I don't think that's fit for you. I think you should go do this. Nah, that don't seem like you. You don't seem like a content creator. Nah, this and this. You should go do this, do this. But I had to realize that I'm letting another person speak for me. I had to realize that I'm letting another individual control what my dreams are. I had to realize I'm letting another individual control what success means to me, right? And what I've noticed in myself is that I can say I want change, right? But it's about changing that's the problem. I can want change, but if I'm not changing, how am I supposed to determine what success is for me? How am I supposed to determine success when I'm supposed to wake up at a certain time, but yet I snooze the alarm? When I'm supposed to be waking up and getting after. I used to be someone that was attack in the morning. Oh my gosh, like for the ones who know me, when I was in sports, I was attack in the morning. I wasn't sleeping. I was up early. When everybody was sleeping, I was still in my people's car. Like just to make sure I get a ride to LA Fitness to go hoop. Just to go work on my game. And it's like I still been doing it, but just lately I've been snoozing that alarm button. Lately I just been wanting to sleep in a little more. And it's just I just been in my head too much about, about my recent injury and about me overworking myself, about me not sleeping, about me not being obedient to rest and to rest in God's presence, to rest in God's arms. And it's like I've been overworking myself so much that when I got hurt, I feel like it kind of took a step back. I kind of took a step back and I was like, whoa, hold on. I was like, whoa, hold on. Like, I feel like I'm overworking myself. Wow, like everybody that was telling me that I need to rest, I never listened. Everybody that was telling me that I need to settle down and stop overworking myself, I never listened. You know what I would always tell them? I always tell them this, yo, like, sleeping is for the poor. Sleeping is for the broke. Look where I'm at right now. Yes, I'm blessed. I'm in a blessed situation, but I'm not where I want to be. I'm hungry for it. But the more when I got injured, the more I had to realize that God was telling me to rest. God was telling me to be patient. And that kind of sat in my head and it kind of messed me up because I was just like, wow, God, I want to do this. God, I want to do this. But I'm low-key afraid of being obedient. I'm low-key afraid of being disobedient. God, I want to work so much. I want to be able to put my family in a new home. I want to be able to put my family out of debt. I want to be able to take care of my friends, my loved ones, my family without them having to worry about a thing. God, I want this not to happen so quickly, but God, I want to be able to have the courage to do it. I want to be able to have the energy, the strength to do it. And it's like sometimes I've been talking to myself and I've been like, bro, like, nah, you got to rest today. Nah, bro, you got to do this. You got to do this. But I had to realize that if I want to be an entrepreneur, the success determines on me. The success determines on whether if I'm going to wake up or I'm going to snooze that to get more sleep. I have to realize that I have to have a routine. I have to realize that I have to be disciplined in what I want. See, there's a lot of plans in my mind right now that I'm not even going to tell nobody. I'm not even going to share because I feel like why even share something if it hasn't even happened yet? Why even share something, but yet I might tell you I'm doing something, but yet I might not do it no more. That's not the type of person I am. If I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So it's more so of just working behind the scenes. It's more so of just believing me, believing the process. And I had to realize that it starts with myself. It doesn't start with nobody else. It doesn't start with my people. It doesn't start with my family. It doesn't start with my loved ones. It don't start with nobody else but me. Nobody else lives this life but me. When I die and God is able to talk to me about everything I did according to the book, He ain't going to tell me everybody that was with me. He's going to talk about me. He's going to talk about what I did. So it's about time that I sit here and I stop playing games. It's about time that I sit here and I really put in work. I'm 22 years old and I want to make a difference. I'm 22 years old and I got a big dream. I'm 22 years old and I don't like what I'm doing. You feel me? I'm grateful. But I got other dreams and aspirations that I want to do, and I feel like the only person that's stopping me is myself. Now I don't know who's out there that's feeling the same way. But I had to realize that I wanted to be to a point where my family don't gotta worry about nothing. Like I don't want it to be to a point where I see my mom's cry because she's battling finances. I don't want to see it to a point where, my people want to go somewhere, but yet they don't got a lot of funds. Like I don't want it to be like that, even for myself. Like, I want to live lavish. Not because I want to flex, but because I want to show what hard work really does. I want to show what trusting in God really does. And lately, I'm going to keep it a stack. It's been hard trusting the Lord when it comes to my career. I've been trusting the Lord when it came to my friends' situations. I've been trusting the Lord when it came to my faith, my own battles, my own insecurities, my own weaknesses. I've been crying, shedding tears, reading my word and prayer, trying to wring out my sin, trying to wring out my heart. But when it comes to my career, this is where I've been lacking in trusting in God the most. Because it felt like I'm not doing my purpose. It felt like I'm not doing my calling. So it's like I tell God, yo, God, what's up? God, I feel like time is running out. God, you can come anytime now. Lord, I need clear signs. Lord, I need you to speak to me. Lord, I've been fasting. Lord, I need you to speak to me in a dream or in a way that a baby can recognize it. Because, Lord, I be blind sometimes. But I had to realize that even in my silence, God is still working. I had to realize that even when I'm impatient, God is still there waiting for me to be patient. In order for me to have change, God has to break me down and change me. I had to realize these things. And sometimes I had to realize that even when it does come to comparison, like comparison is ugly, comparison is hideous. But it's like, damn, like the more you look at someone else doing something, the more you look at what they're experiencing in life, the more that you look at their success, the more that you're going to keep procrastinating, keep telling yourself you're going to do it, but in reality, you're on the couch watching them do it. Think about it. You're laying on the bed, you're laying on your couch, you're sitting there brushing your teeth in the bathroom, sitting on the toilet, watching someone else be successful while you sitting there doing nothing. That's how I felt. I'm going to keep it a stack. That's how I felt. But it's like at the end of the day, what is conversations every day with your homies going to do? What is conversations every day just by yourself? What is that going to do? You just talking. What about the action? This is what I've been telling myself. So it's like this whole month that I've been gone, it's like, it's not in the sense I was being lazy. It's not in the sense I didn't know what I was doing. I wanted to create the content. But also I had to dream bigger. I had to think bigger than that. It's not just turning on the camera. That's what I feel like people don't understand. When it comes to talking about the word, when it comes to being in a relationship with God, it's not about just turning on the camera and talking about the word. It's deeper than that. It's harder than that. You got to really have an intimate relationship with the Lord to do that. Because you have to realize that what I'm displaying on camera is gonna be in my hands in the day of judgment. Just imagine, right? Just imagine I sit here, because I know some of my viewers don't even read their word. So it's like, imagine I sit on here and I tell them about a text that's not even true, yet they believe it. Yet I'm leading them to false doctrine, right? And I'm leading them to hell. And guess what? When the day of judgment comes, their blood is going to be on my hands, and I don't want to deal with that. But you know, I've been trying to stay more focused. I've been trying to read more. I've been trying to just stay locked in my faith. Talk more to my brothers and sisters about in the faith, about Christ, about the Word, about the Bible. But I mean, man, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. One thing I could say that, you know, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back to my normal self. I'm glad to be back to just the natural me. You know, I don't gotta turn on the camera and put on a facade. I kind of use this as my therapy. I kind of use this as I'm just talking to one of the homies, or I'm talking to whoever. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I just want to do better. I just want to be better. I just want to be 1% better every day. I just want to sit here and leave a legacy for my family. I want to sit here and leave a legacy for this generation. Because I already know we live in a corrupted world. I already know that we live in a world to where we let this control our lives, right? We let this control our relationships. We let this control our desires. Like, we let this ruin reconciliation with people. Like, and I'm trying to be that. I'm trying to be that difference and help. I'm trying to be that difference and show that, you know, we're able to have conversations without the phones, that we're able to build relationships without the phones, that when we are actually with people, we are able to build relationships without technology. And it's like, I had to realize that. And I always go by this rule, and I go by it so strong that it's like, when I'm with somebody, whenever they're with me, right? Whenever they're with me, they are not allowed on their phones. Not for the sake of me controlling, but for the sake of building a real connection, for the sake of building an actual bond. And it's like, I don't want my relationships to be based on technology. Oh, you on your phone? Did you see this video today? Hey, did you see this video today? Hey, you saw this trend today? What is that doing? That's not really getting to know one another. That's not really getting to talk about real stuff. Talk about success. Talk about spirituality. Talk about emotions. Talk about what you've been through. Talk about what you're too scared to talk about. Like, this is how we build real connections. This is how we build more knowledge and more wisdom. Instead of being on our phone and saying, hey, did you see this trend today? It's so funny. That doesn't do nothing for us. This is actually a distraction. And guess what? I've been part of that distraction. I've been part of that distraction leading into this. And I had to realize, bro, I got to stop, bro. I had to realize that I have to wake up. I have to realize where I'm at. I have to realize where my family's at. I have to realize that I'm living on time. I have to realize I'm living on time because time is important. Time is valuable. Time is all we got. So why sit here and act like I got tomorrow when tomorrow's never promised? When I got 24 hours, when I have to attack this 24 hours that God has given me, I have to attack it with everything I got. I have to give it 110% because if I don't, what's the point? What's the point if you're not giving your day 110%? What is the point of that? If you just gonna sit here and give it 50%, then you might as well lay back down and go back to sleep. Waste the time that God has given you. I used to live in a time where I used to live for tomorrow, live for next year, live for next week. Nah, I gotta live for today. Because today what matters. My life can change in literally a few hours. My life can change in a matter of a few minutes. There could be a calling waiting for me 3 months from now, but if I'm not preparing every single day when that time does come, guess what? I'm gonna fail. And yes, I can believe in God, of course, but also when you believe in God, you got to put in the work, right? You can't believe in God and not do anything. You can't believe in God and not put in the work. You have to believe in God and put in the work at the same time, that He will order your steps, that He will order your path. So yeah, man, I just want to let y'all know, man, where I've been at, what's been on my mind. I've been just trying to stay locked in the gym, trying to stay locked in eating healthy, trying to stay locked in reading new books, and just, creating that content. I mean, someone's always gonna not believe in me. Someone's always gonna hate on me. Someone's always gonna say bad things about me. But it's crazy how they're so invested into my life more than their own, right? And at the end of the day, this goes to show that I'm just showing y'all, man. It don't matter what it is, bro. Just do it. Nobody can tell you that you're not gonna be successful. Only you can tell yourself whether you're gonna be successful. What you pour out of your mouth is very important. It's life or death what comes out of your tongue. But you decide whatever you get to wake up and tell yourself when you look in the mirror. Is it I'm chosen today? Is it I'm gonna be a millionaire today? Or is it you know what? I'm ugly. Or I don't got it in me today. I feel being lazy. I don't got it today. It's really up to you. So don't live on tomorrow, live on tonight, live on today, live on right now. Get up, get after it. Get in the gym. Shoot. Go do something with your life. Make an impact. Don't just be one of those that's just along for the ride. Make an impact. Stand out. Are you going to be the 99% or are you going to be the one? Oh, man.